Who from the cast was in Avatar? Which actress had a cameo in Friends before starring in The Boys? And most importantly, Homelander and Butcher both played hilarious roles in an iconic show from the 90s. Wanna know which one? Hi, I'm Alex. Let's go, but beware of spoilers.
Who's right behind you there?
Karl Urban as Butcher. Well, this man has had a gorgeous career, which is probably why you've had tons of deja vu moments watching him from The Boys. From The Lord of the Rings to Star Trek, Karl Urban has basically appeared in every movie genre there is. Yes, he played Eomer in Peter Jackson's Middle-earth saga, portrayed Bones in the 2000s Star Trek movies, appeared in the Chronicles of Riddick, and was even in a Marvel film. Yes, he played the handsome character called Scourge in Thor Ragnarok.
Thor as God.
Told ya, gorgeous career. Though one of his best roles was in the latest film about Judge Dredd, where he played Judge Dredd, actually. This man has proved many times over that he's good at sci-fi and that he can also play leading roles. There was another old school epic series where Karl portrayed 4 hilarious characters. This might surprise you, especially because he starred alongside the actor who played Homelander, Antony Starr. We'll talk about that in a minute, and just be patient. Now, let's move on to Butcher's biggest enemy, Antony Starr as Homelander. This character is in equal parts charismatic, funny, in some way, and absolutely detestable. I just remember that airplane scene from season 1.
You stay the fuck back or I'll laser you, goddammit! I'll laser every fucking one of you!
Jeez. Homelander's somewhere in between Prince Charming from Shrek, Superman, and the most hateful politician you can imagine. And it seems like Antony enjoys playing this character a lot. Here's what he told Collider. There's a twisted part of me where the weirder it gets, the better it gets, and we go to some pretty dark places. Doing a great job, Starr. It's interesting to note, though, that Starr wasn't that recognizable before The Boys aired, so he definitely can't boast a big IMDb list like Urban can. Then why does this New Zealand actor look so familiar? Well, first of all, because of the New Zealand crime series Outrageous Fortune, where Starr played identical twins for 6 seasons. Cool, isn't it? Second of all, because of small roles he had in movies from the early 2000s, like Without a Paddle and the motorcycle drama The World's Fastest Indian. And third of all, because of Wish You Were Here, which brought Antony Starr a Best Supporting Actor award at the Australian Academy of Cinema Awards for his performance. And just as we've said before, Starr and Urban both appeared in an epic 90s TV series portraying hilarious characters. Are you still intrigued? Be patient. We'll get to it pretty soon. In the meantime, though, let's talk about Elizabeth Shue as Madeline Stillwell. What a brilliant actress and a terrifically layered character.
Why don't you cut the petulant diva shit, show a little fucking gratitude, and let us do our job?
It's a pity that Madeline left the show at the end of season 1, but there are a hell of a lot of other acting gigs that Elizabeth Shue has had if you want to see more of her. Like, seriously. She's been on the big screen since the 80s. Yes, you can see Shue in the iconic Back to the Future, Adventures in Babysitting, and the legendary Karate Kid. In the last one, she played LaRusso's girlfriend. Or was it Lawrence's girlfriend?
Yeah, well, you did move in on my girl.
Well, she actually wasn't really a girl anymore, was she?
Looks like these men will never stop their feud, even after more than 30 years, thanks to Shue. Anyways, the actress was incredibly popular back in the 80s and 90s. Her career took a bit of a crazy turn later when she starred in such movies as Hollow Man and Piranha 3D. It's not to say that those movies were bad, but they were definitely different from Shue's earlier work. Here's how the actress described her career choices in an interview to New Now Next. When I look back at my career, whether the movies were good or bad, I'll be proud to say that I worked with really talented, interesting actors and directors that I admire. At the end of the day, that's what matters to me. Well, that sounds fair enough. Laz Alonso as Mother's Milk. Now this man has great flicks in his IMDb list too, so there's no way that you haven't seen him at least once before The Boys. Just to remind you, Alonso starred in the biographical war drama Jarhead, in the long-running saga Fast and Furious, and don't forget one of the biggest movies of all time, Avatar. Although you probably didn't recognize him in it because he looked very different. Yes, he played the clan's finest warrior who hated Tommy, Sam Worthington's character. Now, I don't know about you, but we were shocked when we found out that he was an Avatar. Does that mean that Alonso will appear in the next Avatar movie also? Nah. Unfortunately, his character dies at the end of the first film. Let's wish Mother's Milk more great roles in his career. Chase Crawford as The Deep. Would you ever imagine the actor who played Nate Archibald in Gossip Girl appearing as a pervert superhero who talks with dolphins and sometimes even his own gills?
Bro, we gotta talk.
Which was all due to that mysterious lady the Deep met in his isolation. By the way, did you recognize the actress who played this lady? Her name is Jessica Hecht, and you know her from Friends. Yes, she played Carol's girlfriend and later wife, Susan. But let's get back to the Deep. Chase Crawford has a lot of surprises for his fans and has appeared in many other projects. Once he even topped People's Hottest Bachelors list of 2009. Despite playing in Gossip Girl, Crawford has made some big movies too. Some of them were not that bad, like for example, What to Expect When You're Expecting, and some of them were horrible, like 2008's horror movie The Haunting of Molly Hartley. That's why we think that Chase Crawford has finally got the role that he really deserves. Happy for you, man. Now, what about the lady who openly spoke of who the Deep really was in The Seven? Erin Moriarty as Starlight. This lady knows how to stand up for herself.
Touch me again. I will burn your eyes out.
Where could you see Moriarty before The Boys? Actually, in some really good TV series and movies. How about True Detective? Yes, Erin Moriarty starred alongside Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. She also played the daughter of Vince Vaughn, Chelsea, in the sci-fi comedy The Watch. More than that, she even acted in the critically acclaimed Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen. Wow, what a career so far, huh? That's impressive. It seems like Moriarty is always looking for great roles in artistic movies led by famous directors, and that's how she describes herself. I have a serious obsession with the Coen brothers. Fargo definitely makes it into my top 3 favorite films of all time. I would love to work with the Coen brothers and Terrence Malick. Good luck, Starlight. Karen Fukuhara as female. She may look tough and wild on screen, but she is nothing like that in real life. According to her on-set partners, she is the sweetest person ever. And they love how fast she switches between the character and herself.
You're like ripping people's heads off and then you're like it's just, it's the best.
So, does Karen Fukuhara look familiar to you? Of course she does. There's no way that you haven't seen her before. Maybe some of you didn't recognize her because of the mask, but she played Katana in the famous Suicide Squad. Yes, she acted with Margot Robbie and Will Smith. Here's a funny story with a moral from Fukuhara about her audition for Suicide Squad. During my sword fighting portion of the audition, I hit one of the lights and I remember hearing the casting director and David gasp, but I just kept going with it and I think that's what David liked, that I didn't stop in the middle. A lesson for all of us. Guys, never stop anything in the middle. Aya Cash as Stormfront. The new girl in The Seven. Does she look familiar to you? Well, that's because you might have watched the show You're the Worst. Yes, that's the title, and Cash was the leading actress. Besides that, Aya also played in the series Fosse Verdon. But the biggest project that Cash has ever appeared in so far is Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street. Yes, though her role in it wasn't that big, she still played Leonardo DiCaprio's assistant. Pretty cool, huh? Stormfront is all new in The Boys, and we're positive that this character will surprise us a lot in the next few episodes. Before we talk about Huey and the iconic show that reunited Homelander and Butcher, let's mention another very familiar actor. Giancarlo Esposito as Stan Edgar. You probably all remember where you saw this man. Of course, he was in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and The Mandalorian series. Senor Esposito was way too famous not to be easily recognized, but there's a fun fact about his role in The Boys. Stan Edgar said a very significant line to Madeline at the end of season 1. Hey, don't go planning my retirement yet. Just saying, someone needs to run this shit show before I move to Belize. To go to Belize. Isn't it classic? Get it? No? Come on! It's a catchphrase from Breaking Bad. Saul Goodman used it as a euphemism for kill.
Have you given any thought to sending him on a trip to Belize?
Admitted, Giancarlo Esposito saying this line paid perfect homage to one of the showrunner's favorite shows, Breaking Bad. Smart, yeah? Jack Quaid as Huey. This man is nothing like his character in real life. If you don't believe us, then just take a look at his Instagram account. Yep, this is the perfect example of Jack Quaid's brilliant Instagram content. Looking at this, you can't believe that this man can portray the dithering Huey. And, just like almost every actor from The Boys, Jack Quaid looks very familiar. And there are several reasons for that. First of all, his father is the American actor Dennis Quaid. I mean, they look pretty much alike, right? Second of all, his mother is Meg Ryan, and they look pretty similar too. So Jack is a mix of two terrific actors. Cool, huh? And third of all, Jack has made some pretty famous movies before The Boys. Let's name one that you 100% saw. The Hunger Games. Yes, Jack played a character named Marvel there, the bad guy. And despite the fact that his role wasn't very big, it left its mark on the audience. No matter what I post on Instagram now, there's at least one comment that's like, "You killed Rue!" Yup, I know, and I'm officially really sorry, Jack said. Well, glad to hear you're sorry at least. The show that united Butcher and Homelander. We don't know about you guys, but we on the OSSA channel were deeply surprised to find out that both Karl Urban and Antony Starr appeared in Xena Warrior Princess. Yes, Karl Urban played 4 characters in the series. The most recognizable are Julius Caesar and Cupid, of course. Antony Starr wasn't that lucky. He played only 2 characters in Xena. Check out these photos. Isn't he hilarious with long hair? Homelander should try this style out. And who could possibly know that Urban and Starr would work together almost 30 years later in one of the darkest and funniest superhero series? Crazy. Who's your favorite from The Boys? And what superpower would you like to have? Let us know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel, and as always, stay awesome.